Kala, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakatahawa, Brakatahawa Shai, Brakatahawa, Brakatahawa Shai, Brakatahawa, Brakatahawa Shai, the water, Abba, Kadash. I like to give double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone that teach this truth, which I believe through the scripture, line of prophecies, 100% of the truth. The title of this lesson today is going to be Why We Are Suffering. And that's one of the main things that have come out of you Israelites' mouth, when we get to talking about this truth, First thing Jake want to say, well, why are we going through what we're going through? I didn't do no wrong, or my family didn't do no wrong, or, this person that was that passed, that died, he didn't do any wrong, or that baby didn't do any wrong. And why are we going through the curses? Why are we getting our asses handed to us by all these other nations? So I'm going to start off in Ezekiel chapter 8. Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 3 through 18. The prophet Ezekiel chapter 8. We're going to start off with 3, and we're going to pick the meat off the bones through 18. And he put forth the form of a hand and took me by my lock of mine, talking about his head, and lifted me up between the earth and the heaven, and brought me in the visions of Yahweh of Jerusalem to the door of the inner gate that looked forward toward the north, where was the seat of the image of jealousy, which provoketh to jealousy. So Yahweh Shai is like us, man. We're like him. We're this image. Same way as we get jealous of certain things, he does as well. We're supposed to be his chosen people, but yet we chose another God over him. Our people as a whole speaking, Going to jump down to verse 6. He said furthermore unto me, Son of man, seest thou what they do? Seest thou what they do? So he's showing Ezekiel what the people are doing. They're doing things behind closed doors, and in these buildings, and you can't look in the windows. We have those today. He said, furthermore unto me, Son of man, seest thou what they do? Even the great abominations that the house of Israel committeth here, that I should go far off from my sanctuary. But turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations. And he brought me to the door of the court, and when I looked, and behold, a hole in the wall. So he gave him a vision to be able to see through a wall, to see what they were doing behind these closed doors. And he said unto me, go in, and behold the wicked abominations that they do here. This is Yahweh talking. So I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things and abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel portrayed upon the wall round about. So they're in there worshiping all these false idols and all these deities, thinking they're doing it behind the back of the Lord, man, behind the back of the people. And there stood before them 70 men and ancients of the house of Israel, and in the midst of them stood Jazaniah, the son of Shephron, with every man his censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. So they setting up incense, and they worshiping, and they praying unto these false gods, man, these gods of these other nations. Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do? Talking about the ancients, talking about the elders of our people. Do in the dark, every man in the chambers of his imagery, for they say, the Lord Yahweh seeth us not. The Lord Yahweh hath forsaken the earth. So they thinking the Lord can't see what they do. The same thing like today, man, with these secret societies, these closed door meetings where they have these meetings and these rituals going on in these buildings that don't have windows, man. And they think that the Lord don't see what they do because he hasn't acted on, bringing justice to them for their going off, because the Lord hasn't made an appearance, so Jake feels that he can do whatever he want to do. Verse 13, he said unto me, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations that they do. So that's not only all what they're doing, they're still doing more wickedness, man. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Lord Yahweh's house, which was towards the north, and behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz. Tammuz, another deity. Then said he unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these. And he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house, and behold, the door of the temple of Yahweh, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men, with their backs toward the temple of Yahweh, and their faces toward the east, and they worshiped the sun towards the east. And you had that going on, the same as it was back then, man. You had the same thing going on today. You have these people worshiping the sun. They worship these other deities, Baal, and, they sacrificing their children, through these abortion clinics and just all type of wickedness, man. And our people are even worse. They're worse now than they have been before, because you have this so-called conscious community, as Elder Apostle Tahar coined the phrase, the unconscious community, man. And they definitely leading Jake astray, man. And Jake is gullible to be led astray, because Jake don't want to bow down to Yahweh, man, to this truth. And therefore, that's why he plays upon us, man. That's why all the other nations are above us, and the Lord has made us totally bare, man. We have no type of defense against our enemies. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 26. Her priests have violated my law and have profaned my holy thing. They have put no difference between the holy and the profane. Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean, and have hid their eyes from my Sabbaths, and I am profaned among them. So they show no difference between what's wicked and what's holy. And right now, this world that we live in now is flipped upside down. So what has been declared good is now considered bad, and what's bad is considered good now. And the Sabbath, man, Jake don't even know when to observe the Sabbath. Jake's going off. They want to listen. They think it's from every Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Every Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, but it's every new moon. Well, new moon, and every 7 days after is when the Sabbath is. Because you have to go by the moon, because they messed up the calendar, man. They went out, they changed the calendars around, so it's not going to be every day. You observe the Sabbath through the new moon. So every 7 days after, that's when you observe the Sabbath from the new moon. Because these calendars they're going off, man, over a period of time. The moon is our reference to when we're supposed to observe the Sabbath. That's what I'm pretty much trying to say. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 11. We're going to read on down through 21. We just kind of jump in between, pick out different precepts. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 11. And one hath committed abominations with his neighbor's wife, adultery, which you still have that going on today, especially in these church houses, man. A lot of adultery going on, man. A lot of men look at it as a badge of honor, when he takes another man's woman. And a woman don't have to be somebody who he went down and legally binded in the courthouse. A man that's dating a woman, that's considered his woman. That's his wife. If they're having sex, that's his wife, man. You're not supposed to violate that man's wife. And another hath lewd defiled his daughter-in-law, and another in thee hath humbled his sister, his father's daughter. So all type of wickedry, man. Sleeping with with your family members, which we're not supposed to do. That's what sleep with your sister. And that's what's telling here. Just all type of wickedry and all that stuff is going on now, man. That's why this place is going to have to be destroyed, and 2/3 of you niggas or you Negroes are going to be destroyed along with it. Verse 12, in thee have they taken gifts to shed blood, thou hast taken usury and increase. Thou hast greedily gained of thy neighbors by extortion, and hast forgotten me, said the Lord Yahweh. And you know, you got a lot of people praying on the weak of our community, man. A lot of these conscious community characters, these guys, these church houses, everybody look at Jake as a quick lick, man, as an easy get up. You know, everybody come to Jake because Jake is right now is like a sodist child, man. Jake is all over the place, so they prey on Jake, man. These unconscious community characters, these Dr. Umar Johnsons and all these people, man, they prey on Jake, man, because they know Jake is seeking out for help, and all they're getting in return is, empty pockets, man. They're being preyed upon, and even in Israel, some of these Israelite groups, man, are preying on Jake, man. Verse 12: if they have taken gifts to shed blood, thou hast taken usury and increase. Thou hast greedily gained of thy neighbors by extortion. Has forgotten me, said the Lord Yahweh. Because Jake could go out here and put another hit out on another Jake like it ain't nothing. Verse 14, can thy heart endure, or can thy hands be strong in the days that I shall deal with thee? I, the Lord, have spoken it and will do it. So we have to try to endure, man, in these days that we're in right now, man. Hold on to the name of the Lord, man. Yahweh being the Father, and Yahweh Shai, our Redeemer, being the Son. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 15. And I will scatter thee among the heathen, and disperse thee in the countries, and will consume thy filthiness out of thee. So right now, Jake is scattered all over the world, right, in the four corners of the earth. But mainly here in Babylon the Great is the majority of the Jakes, man. All 12 tribes are right here in America. And the fire is going to consume all thy filthiness, man, all our wickedness, man. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 19. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because ye are all become dross, behold, I therefore will gather you into the midst of Jerusalem. Verse 21, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath. And that's them ICBM missiles, and that's them the Lord's chariots, man, fire off those laser beams and incinerating you Jakes, man, you wicked of our people. And ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. Right along with the wicked Gentile, but you 2/3 is what he's talking about here, that's going to be destroyed along with the Gentiles, because your mindset is that of the Gentiles. That's why the Lord is going to treat you as such. Because right now you have a chance to clean your act up, to clean yourself up, man. And I'll ask the Lord for repentance during this time, man, during the time of mercy. But that door is steadily closing, man. And a lot of you Jakes is going to miss it. You're going to miss that train when it leaves, man. And you're going to be burnt up and consumed in this hellfire that's coming. And hell is not some place where you can go down and you're going to burn for eternity, man. Hell is going to be that torment that you're going to go through when the Lord is putting you to death. Hell is a condition, man. Right now, we in a hellish condition, being up under these Edomites, man, being up under our oppressors. We're going to go to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 1, verse 30 through 32. I gather you together as a hen gathereth her chicken under her wings. But now, what shall I do unto you? I will cast you out of my face. Verse 31. When ye offer unto me, I will turn my face from you. For your solemn feast days, your new moons, and your circumcisions have I forsaken. So the Lord's not going to accept your sacrifice and the things that you try to do, pray and call on his name and all those things. If you still being wicked, man, and you doing things wickedly in this world, man. He's not going to accept your sacrifice, same way as it was with Cain and Abel. He would not accept the sacrifice of Cain. because it wasn't wholeheartedly, man. He didn't put his whole heart into it, man. And that's what we have to do in this time. We have to put our whole heart into this truth. And I send unto you my servants, the prophets, whom ye have taken and slain, and tore their bodies in pieces, whose blood I will require of your hands, saith the Lord, Yahweh. And it's all the way back in the time of Yahweh, man. He sent the prophets. He sent even his son, and all of them you did destroy, man. You mocked them. You tormented them, and you put many of the prophets to death. So the Lord, the same thing, is going to put that same punishment on you, Jakes, man. You 2/3 Negroes, man, who the Lord has been trying to deliver you. And you rejected the Lord, man. So he's going to reject you in that time of punishment. He's going to reject you so that you're not going to be salvaged, but you're going to be punished along with the heathen. 2 Ezra chapter 2, verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, I brought this people out of bondage, and I gave them my commandments by measurement, by men servants, the prophets, whom they would not hear, but despised my counsel. So to Israel, you so-called black, Hispanics, Native Americans, and the Israelite foreigners, he gave you these commandments, man, to separate you from the other people, man, from the wicked of the other people. But like I said, our people rejected it, so 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed right along with the heathen here in Babylon the Great. The whole world is not going to be destroyed, don't get me wrong. But here in Babylon the Great in America, this place is going to be used as a altar, man, a place of sacrifice. So all that are here within during that time is going to be destroyed, except for the elect, because they're going to be saved out of it, the Lord's elect. Let me finish off. I'm going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 28. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and we go into the curses. Chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, Yahweh, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all the curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And what are the curses? Thou shalt be cursed in the city, thou shalt be cursed in the field. Cursed shall thy basket and thy store. Talking about food. So we have to go to the enemy for everything. We don't have anything. We left bare right now. We right now left to the elements of everybody, man. We have no covering over us, so that's why we're getting our ass kicked as a people, as a whole, during this time, man. So right now we're going through the pestilence. Verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. So you can come up your Dr. Martin Luther Kings, your Malcolm X's, your Marcus Garveys, your Dr. Umar Johnsons, and all these people, man. No man is going to be able to save you this time, man. That salvation is left for our big brother Yahweh, man, so that he may receive the glory, so that we know that we're left totally defenseless and we have to depend on our higher power, man, for deliverance, man, because no man is going to be able to save you from these pestilence and these plagues that we're going through at this time. So with that being said, man, I pray this lesson is edifying. I'm your brother Malakama. With that, I say shalom.